Today's toy spot is on the Mattel DC Universe Classics Wave 17. We're looking today at Figure 3, the Blue Lantern Flash. Yes, the Flash we have here depicted from the Blue Lantern core. It's simply a repaint, really. We'll get into that in a second. It's a repaint, though, of Flash. I hope I didn't give anything away, but if you're new to this world, it is a repaint of Flash. Down below, we have the logo, the core logo from the Blue Lanterns. That's actually one of my favorite core logos. Did you know that? You do now. Flash does come with the left arm, by the way, of Anti-Monitor on the back of the package. Other figures that you can get that make up Series 17. We got Star Sapphire Wonder Woman, which was a great figure. Sinestro Core Scarecrow, which I'm looking forward to reviewing. Blue Lantern Flash, of course, we are reviewing. We got Indigo Lantern, the Atom. We got Orange Lantern, Lex Luthor. And finally, we have black and white Hal Jordan. Depending on how you prefer your Hal. Do you want him as the Black Lantern? The White Lantern? They've covered you in both cases. You can collect all 6 figures, however. You don't need both Hals, but you can collect all 6 to build the Anti-Monitor. A very nice figure, by the way. And the read-up for Flash says, when Necron unleashed his Black Lanterns upon humanity and its superheroes, the various Power Ring Corps joined forces, sending out rings to new human champions. The Blue Lantern Corps, wielders of the blue light of hope, chose Barry Allen, a man who never gives up, as Blue Lantern. Oh wait, I forgot to put a period there. Who chose Barry Allen, a man who never gives up, period. I'm reading this apparently as Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken, by the way, as a side note, used to take out all commas and periods in his scripts and basically just read them how he felt it flowed. And I think Spot's doing a little bit of that too. But it does say a man who never gives up. New sentence. As Blue Lantern the Flash, he joined the battle against the Black Lanterns with an unshakable belief that all will be well. Which is also a common thing that Spot likes to believe in too. That things will all be well. Which also I think is something that they say often in Demolition Man. I think they say be well. Am I making stuff up? You guys can correct me if you want. Statistics, first appearance Blackest Night, number 6, February 2010. Real name Barry Allen. Occupation forensic scientist. Base of operations Central City. Special abilities covered in labels. Capable of unmatched super speed. Blue Lantern power. What do we got there? What is that word? Oh, Blue Lantern power ring supercharged. With nearby Green Lanterns made in China. I don't know what it's got. One of the drawbacks for buying sometimes in Canada, I don't know, maybe you guys have this situation where you're from, but sometimes what the problem is with these stickers that they tend to apply them. Could they not simply have applied it on the bottom? I don't necessarily need to know Matty Collector's website. Okay, we will forgive the barcode. It needs to be there so retail person can swipe it through. The cashier can say, did you find everything for today? And then swipe it. But could we not simply have put the sticker somewhere else that we didn't have to put it right across the read-up? Oh, boy. Anyways, Spot's going to take a bit of a break, calm himself down. What we are going to do, though, is when we come back from the break, you guys will still be here because it will be a matter of seconds that this all transpires. But guys, when you guys come back, we're going to have a better look at the Blue Lantern Flash. So there's more to come, guys. Stay tuned. And starting out this review first, the piece that comes with Flash is the arm of one of the 2 arms intended for Anti-Monitor. We'll bring in his torso for the time being. There's really not a lot going on with the torso just yet. However, we are going to be moving along in the construction of this character by taking the arm. It's right here. There's a peg. Right there. There's a hole. You probably can't see it, but it's in there. And we're simply going to take the arm and peg it into place. If I can get it in there. Let's see here. Bear with me here. was going to say talk amongst yourselves, but let's see if we can get this in here. It doesn't really want to necessarily go in there. A little finessing, a little finessing. Anybody? I don't know why sometimes these arms are so hard to... Let's move the peg a little further up. Let's see if we can get the arm in there. There we go. You know what it was? It was this cape. This cape, as you can see, kind of covers up the plug. I think I was trying to push the peg into the cape, and that just was not working. But like that, though, we've got ourselves one arm of anti-monitor. One arm. Let's hope the next arm isn't going to give us as much problems. Moving him aside, let's have a look at Blue Lantern Flash. And I love this figure. I love this figure as much as one older gentleman sitting a little in his 30s could like one piece of plastic. But I do love this figure quite a bit. The accessory that comes with Blue Lantern Flash, you would expect it to, he does come with a lantern. Now there's not really a lot exciting about this particular lantern, it's just simply a repaint of the common variety lanterns that we get with all the Green Lanterns. However, it is hinged, and it is also a nice metallic blue. I like blue like the next guy. And if the next guy likes metallic blue, well, we have a thing in common, because I really am digging this metallic blue. It's a really nice color, and it has that extra little bit of sheen to it, being that it kind of has this kind of glittery metallic look to it. So kudos. The Flash can hold it. I hope he holds it. I hope he fares better than what poor Star Sapphire Wonder Woman couldn't hold her lantern squat. And the problem is, it's these fingers. You kind of have to pry them open to get the lantern going in there. There we go. That's what we wanted. As you can see, he can kind of carry it to work. I don't know where he'd carry his lunch if he can only have one open hand and hold something. I don't know how Flash is going to hold his lunch, but all things considered. Let's zoom into Flash's face. As I was mentioning, this is simply a repaint of an existing Flash. This is the same Flash that was packaged on its own. I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe the original Flash was packaged as part of the Atom Smasher wave. Yes, no? I think so. Flash was also repackaged as the 75 Years of Superpower Metallic Flash, which I call Wally West Flash. We know it's not, but we can pretend in our own little world. Of course, this has been retooled for some of the recent figures as well. This has been retooled and repainted as the Professor Zoom Reverse Flash, and also repainted as a White Lantern Flash. So it's kind of coincidental that you would think that the Batmans and the Supermans were going to be the figures that they keep tapping into. No, it appears that Flash is kind of got the new title of Repaint King. All things considered, I can't even remember a recent Superman. Can you imagine that? I can't even remember a recent Superman. So it's remarkable that they've kind of moved away from Superman, and now they're repainting Batmans and Flashes. It's still a great figure, and I don't blame them for repainting it, because the sculpt, first of all, on Flash's head is just perfect. It's perfect what I would consider to be a Flash head. And now, granted, it is using the same Flash body. They are just doing some mild paint rechanges there. Of course, including the Flash / Blue Lantern kind of logo that they got going on there. Let's zoom into that. Show you guys what that looks like. I like that. I think that's kind of a neat design. I also like the fact that between the blue, now there seems to be two different shades of blue. The shoulders seem to be a little slightly discolored from the main torso area, and I think the lighting probably catches it a little bit better than seeing it in person. Of course, we got the little darker blue in the wings. That same darker blue is carried over that metallic blue, and actually it's the same metallic blue. Oh, didn't mean to startle you there. It's the same metallic blue as the lantern that they've incorporated in the belt. There's white, well, not white. There's a lighter blue also carried over into the lightning bolt belt area, as well as on the wrists. They still managed, though, to do a fantastic job on the sculpt of the ring. for such a small feature, they do still manage to put that in there. It's not just a blob of paint. In the way of flashes, I just want to also say that I really like the black that they've put in this. It's a nice dark black. Leaps and bounds, if you ask me, compared to the original DC Universe figures. A lot of the blacks that they use in those figures were really pale and almost like a dirty black, where these are nice vibrant black. I love it. And also in the way of articulation for Flash, he does have a ball jointed head. Can't move it up and down too much, but you can move it left and right certainly easily enough. He has the standard pin and socket shoulder, allow the arms to move back and forth, in and out. A rotation in the bicep, a bend in the elbow, you got a rotation in the hand, upper torso bend, there's a rotation in the waist. Legs are on a pin and socket, so they move out, back and forth. Rotation in the thigh, a bend at the knee, and finally a bend in the foot. So, I mean, a really great overall figure. Yeah, okay, it's a repaint. Sometimes repaints work, sometimes they don't. I think in the case, though, of Blue Flash works really well. And I think that's enough to garner him an 8.5. I wouldn't necessarily say, if you haven't picked up a Flash, that this is the Flash to get, because you probably would still want the original red costumed version of Flash. But I think if the next best thing, and you guys can find them in stores, I think definitely worth picking up is this Blue Lantern Flash. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Mattel DC Universe Wave 17. We're looking today at Blue Lantern Flash. Not a bad figure overall. Stay tuned for further adventures on this channel, further adventures of the DC Universe Wave 17. We will eventually get this guy together, so there's certainly a lot more to come, and I will see you guys next time.